Hi everyone, my name is Celeste. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. Today's class is going to be a thoracic spine mobility flow. Before we begin, I would like to invite everyone to a free online workshop I'm going to be teaching the 30th of April at 5 p.m. UK time. We're going to be discussing the basic anatomy of the thoracic spine, and I am going to be showing you some tips and tricks that you can add into your practice to increase the performance of your spine. At the end of the workshop, we will be doing a small flow where we're going to put into practice all the knowledge discussed on the workshop. All right, so without talking any longer, let's get to the class. As we have discussed before, the thoracic spine is the part of the spine that has the most amount of joints. Now, because of the anatomy of the vertebra that make up the thoracic spine, one of its favorite movements is rotation. Now, this does, of course, not mean that that's the only movement that your thoracic spine can do. We know that we can extend and flex. We know that we can laterally flex. We can glide forwards and back, and we can also glide side to side as well as rotations. So on today's class, we're going to be exploring how to combine different movements of the spine together. Okay, so as I said before, one of the favorite movements of your thoracic spine is rotation. So we're going to be assessing the rotation before and after the drills. So I invite you to stand with your feet close together in a point that you know that you can always come back, and it will be always the same spot. Like for example, in my mat, I stand at the center that has a circle. I know where I'm standing. Take your arms in front of you like a little gun. Without bending the elbows, I would like you to rotate to one side and the other, and try to take a mental picture of the maximum that you can go right now. Once you get an idea, more or less, we are gonna come back to center. And the first thing we are gonna do is we are gonna give some sensory stimulation to the breathing muscles of the opposite side of your dominant side. So if you are left-handed like I am, we are gonna do this on the right. If you're right-handed, we're gonna do this on the left. And basically, we are just gonna rub. So I am gonna start on the right because I'm left-handed. We start at the chest. Got my mic, so it's gonna be a bit annoying, but go to town here on the chest, up on the neck. Really go down the chest and then the rib cage. Really work on all these breathing muscles of this area. Right, the chest. If you've got breasts, then be mindful of these. On the sternum a little bit. Nice. Keep going down the lower ribs. All right, once you've done it, more or less, I think we can do this now. The clavicule. Yes. I don't want to interrupt the mic sound. All right. We come to stand once more at the same spot where we did before, and we reassess. Give me the little gun. Wash. To me, this one is always a yes. But it might be that, no, that for you it didn't work. But just assess, is it working, is it not? Did you actually manage to go into a little deeper range on the thoracic spine? All right. Now, same as the thoracic spine has a lot of joints, we know by now, if you've been flowing with me, that our hands are very joint-rich areas of the body too. So we're going to give some love to the hands, really rub. Remember that hands occupy such a big space on the brain that perhaps waking up the hands, sensory-wise, might ultimately help with movement. So let's go finger individually. Nice. On each hand, each finger, the back of the hand, a little bit the wrists. Nice. And once you are like, okay, I've got it, each part of the hand is stimulated, we come back to our spot, Little Charlie's Angel's Gun, and let's try to see if this improved or not. Wish, okay, relax now. Remember, it also happens that because we're gonna start moving the spine more, we are gonna get a little bit more range, but you will see that if your brain doesn't really like something, it's gonna take you back. If you manage to get a bigger range and then you do another drill that your brain doesn't like, it's gonna bring you back to perhaps the first range of motion you had or even worse. So it's good assessing and reassessing. Now, another part, joint reach area, we've got a lovely feet. So maybe actually we can sit with butterfly legs. And let's go, the inner arches, give it a big grab. Nice, with your thumbs. And remember, it's not a massage, we're not going deep in the tissue. We're just doing soft and outside layer, the skin. It's just a rubbing, the toes. You can do some individual sensory, the pinky toe, sometimes forgotten, right, the top of the feet and the sole, the heels. Now let's go to the ankles. Amazing, another ankle. All right, let's come up to standing and let's reassess. We stand at the same spot. Gun with the hands, and let's see. This one for me is not incredible, but at least I didn't went back. So I kept my range of motion as the previous one. Awesome. Now, the last we are gonna do is we're gonna do some sensory on the actual thoracic spine. So I am gonna do it against, let me see, against the wall. You could also grab a pair of leggings and rub your thoracic spine like you were drying your back after a shower. But if not, you can go against the wall like me and give it a bit of a rub to your thoracic spine against the wall. Now, in order to do this, you need to arch your spine, bend your spine slightly. Do like a round, around your spine, that's the word. And go up and down. All the areas, even go up and down with the rubbing through the center of the spine and then side to side. Go a little bit lower and higher, almost where the neck starts. All right. Once we've got it, let's come back to our reference point. Hands out and let's reassess. Yeah! Okay, this one for me, I think it has been the biggest of all of them. All right, remember, you don't necessarily need to do all of these. Perhaps there's one that you thought, this one has improved it a lot, so you can put it in your pocket and use it in your practice. All right, let's come to stand near the top of the mat. Let's start with the moving part. So inhale and sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold the torso down, release the head. Release the neck, release your jaw. Place your hands on the mat and step your feet back to a plank. Big inhale here. And exhale as you drop the knees and bend the elbows, dropping your torso down to the floor and tuck your toes. Press through the top of your feet against the floor and inhale as you lift the chest slightly. Tuck under your toes and push yourself back into a child's pose and lift your hips up for a downward facing dog. Give me a little pedal in your down dog, 1 foot at a time. Now we come to find stillness, really push the floor away. Remember to keep the spine nice and long. If you need to really bend on the knees, go for it. Give me a big inhale. And side it out. Nice, take your weight towards your right leg and bring the left heel towards the bum. Point the toes or no, it's okay. And now we're gonna try to side bend to the left. So basically you need to try to imagine that you were trying to match your hip, your left side of your hip to your left armpit. So we squeeze the left side body and then we give with this left foot 1 step forward, just a little step, and then bring the right heel towards the bum and then side flex towards the right, trying to take your right hip to touch your right armpit and then come to center and step it forward And then the left once more, really crunch through the left side. And step forward. If you need to really bend on the knees, go for it. Step forward, maybe last once. And once you reach the top of the mat, inhale to lengthen up, halfway lift, grow long through the spine, and exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift once more, exhale, fold, and then roll the spine vertebra per vertebra all the way up to standing. Amazing. Now we're gonna cross the right foot behind the left. Both soles of the feet are grounding down. Now we are going to start combining these movements of the spine. So I'm going to face you in order for you to be able to see. So we're going to place both hands one on top of each other, not crossing the fingers, on top of each other behind the head. The elbows trying to keep them comfortably open to the sides. And then we're going to inhale, grow tall, and exhale and side bend towards the right. And keeping this side flexion, we are gonna rotate towards the right and opening towards the left. And right and left. Continue, keep breathing softly in and out through your nose. Left, once more. And when we rotate towards the right, so we're kind of looking down, from there we're gonna flex and extend. Flex and extend. So we are side bending, rotating and flexing and extending. Whoosh. Nice, come back to center. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, side bend towards the left. And once more, give me a rotation to the right and the left. Nice. And then when we rotate to the right, from there we flex and extend. So we are kind of looking up. Flex and extend, keep breathing. Whoosh. Nice, come back to center, release the hands down. Place your left foot forward slightly and slide your right foot back. Take your right knee down to the mat and tuck your toes. We are on a lunge. Once more, I'm gonna face you. So you can see the movements of the spine perhaps clearer. Now, if we might lose a little bit the balance, so I recommend that you widen the stance of the lunge. Not too much, but slightly, so when we start moving, we don't feel all wobbly. So inhale, take your arms behind you, the same position, palms, hands one on top of each other. Really inhale and grow tall, tall, tall. Exhale and we side bend towards the left. And we start with the rotations. To the right and to the left. Keeping the side flexion. Nice. When we reach the right, so we are looking up, we flex and extend. It's tempting to breathe through the mouth, but trying to keep it through the nose. And then come to the side flexion, still to the left, and then rotate towards the left, so we are looking down now, and flex and extend. Keeping that side rotate, that side flexion, and then come back to center. Inhale to grow tall, keep the hands where they are, and now we side bend towards the right, and then we start with the rotations. Maybe you're gonna hear some crackings, some stuff going on. Once we rotate towards the left, we flex and extend. So we are side bending, rotating, flexing and extending. A lot of anatomical names, but you've got it. And then we rotate towards the right. We're looking down now and flex and extend. Remember to keep that side flexion. Wish. Awesome. Come to center in your high lunge, in your low lunge. Place the right hand next to your left, tuck under your back toes, and lift your back knee off the floor. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Big inhale here. And then we give me some flexion and extension in this easy twist. Yes. Nice. Take your left hand down. Step your left foot back and vinyasa, either chaturanga or down to the knees. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Woo. Now give me a big releasing breath in here. Inhale and side it out. Nice, tiptoe your feet forwards as low as you can, and then drop your head in a forward fold. Release the head and neck, and roll the spine, vertebra per vertebra, head and neck. Come. Last, give me a little bouncy to release. And this time, we are gonna take the left behind the right. Place one hand on top of each other behind your head. And remember, we're not pressing against the head at all. This is just to keep the arms in this shape so we can focus on the spine a little bit more, but we're not yanking the head at all. All right? So big inhale, then we side bend towards the left, and we start with our rotations. Up and down. Keep breathing softly. And when you reach down, we are side bending, rotating, and give me some flexion and extension. Come on, you've got this. Couple movements. We are really mixing it up. Nice. And then come back to center. Inhale and grow tall. Exhale, we side bend towards the right, and once more we twist, open, and close. Up and down, or left and right, however you want to call this. Nice, and when we reach up, so we are side bending, rotating up, the eyes can be looking at the ceiling, and give me some flexion and extension in here. Whoosh. Nice. Come back to center, slide the left foot back, drop your knee back and tuck the toes, and we are in a low lunge once more. Remember, low lunge, you can widen the stance to not lose too much balance, or you can keep it there, however you feel more comfortable. And as usual, if your left knee is a little bit achy, you can fold the mat and give a little bit of a padding. Okay, inhale, hands behind the head, and this time we're gonna side bend towards the right. And once more, we start with our lovely rotations. Keep breathing and perceive what your breath does in this situation, right? Because we are putting in a different shape the rib cage as well, and your thoracic spine is all the area where your breathing kind of happens. Not only, but nice. When we reach up, we start flex and extend. So we're side bend to the right, twisting towards the left, and flexing and extending through the thoracic spine. Whoosh. Nice, come back to center. Inhale to grow tall, keep the hands where they are. Exhale to side bend to the left. And start with a lovely rotations. Remember that our spine, particularly our thoracic spine, really appreciates movement. Nice, and when we reach down, so we are side bending to the left, rotating to the left as well. We flex and extend through that spine. Yes, you are gonna be sweating. Nice, come back to center in your low lunge. Place your left hand behind your right foot, tuck under your toes. Inhale, lift the back knee off as you sweep the right arm all the way up for an easy twist. Big inhale and exhale. And give me some flexion and extension through the thoracic spine. Kind of like a cat-cow, basically in this position. Nice, take your right arm down. Take your right foot behind into a plank and vinyasa, either chaturanga or down to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing team. One releasing breath. Exhaling all out. Now inhale, sweep the right leg all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, and as you bring the knee to the chest, take your weight to your hands and step the foot between your hands. Now the back foot, we are gonna pivot it towards open, towards the left, and we're gonna drop the back heel down as we lift our torso for a warrior two. One breath here. And as we exhale, we straighten the front knee. So we are kind of in a Trikonasana, kind of no. We are gonna go into our Trikonasana pose. So, same idea. We're gonna be coupling some movements. So big inhale and exhale, we side bend because we are gonna be side flexing towards the right. You can either use your right hand as support, which I'm gonna be doing. You can also place both your hands behind your neck. This is quite more challenging because you need a lot more support from your muscles, but as you please. This is you. If you place your right hand on the leg, just remember to not yank on the leg or keep your front knee slightly bent so we don't extend it like so much. And once you're there, take your left hand behind your neck. So we're already on a side flexion, slightly rotate here. And what we are gonna be doing is we're gonna be flexing and extending. So kind of a cat and cow in this position. Cat and cow, keep breathing softly in and out through your nose. Nice. And then let's try to rotate. So let's try to rotate up, opening the elbow to the back, and then down and up. Exhale, down, up and down. Don't forget to keep breathing as softly as you can. And once we are down, we're gonna flex and extend from this position. Huge cat and cow. Nice, come back to take your chest towards the left. So in this position, we're already coupling movement, so well done. Try, if you were with your hand on your leg, little challenge, take your right hand behind your head, or maybe take both your arms long in front of you, and then sweep the left open, bend the front knee. We come to a warrior two. I bet this one feels like a more chilling situation after all those movements. Now big inhale, flip your front palm up, try to reach something in front of you, and then exhale, sweep the right arm up and over for a reverse warrior. Big inhale. Here already we are combining some movements on the spine, so perceive this as well. And then drop both your hands to frame the right foot. We step it back into a plank. Big inhale here and exhale, vinyasa, chaturanga, or to the knees, upward facing dog or cobra. We push it back to a little child's pose. Perhaps drop your head, give me a big inhale. Blow it out. And then lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. Amazing, we've got only the left side left. So inhale and sweep the left leg all the way up. Bend the knee and bring the knee towards the chest. Step it between your hands, and then your right foot, we pivot it towards the right and drop the heel down as we sweep the arms up for a warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Just gonna turn towards the other side so I'm facing you. Nice. Once more, we're gonna go into our Trikonasana. So you could either go into one as we usually do, or you can just straight go into your Trikonasana. Remember, modification, you could either be on any height that you feel comfortable. Doesn't necessarily have to be this deep, because also we're gonna challenge our spine. So if you think that you might wanna be a little bit more comfortable, close your stance and lift your torso a little bit more. So find your Trikonasana, take your right arm behind your head, and we cat and cow. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Try to keep this right elbow open for this cat and cow. Nice. Now come to center, and we're gonna do some twists, down and up. And to twist a little bit further up, try to take your elbow behind you and your eyes towards your elbow, and then drop it down, up, down, up, down. One more, up, down. And when we reach down, we cat and cow in this flexion plus this side flexion plus rotation plus flexion and extension. Wow, so much, right? Now come back to center, and now we lift up for a warrior two. Big inhale and blow it out. Flip the left palm up. Try to reach something in front of you, and as you exhale, sweep the left arm up and over for a reverse warrior. Don't yank too much on this leg, just a little support. Nice. Then come back to warrior 2 and window. Wide those arms to frame the left foot. I'm gonna change sides. And step it back into a plank. Inhale here, exhale vinyasa. And once we reach our downward facing dog, tiptoe your feet to about half the mat, and then bring your hands closer to your feet. I'm gonna face you so we see this. You can either keep your feet hip width or slightly wider, but not too wide. Deep bend on the knees. Now place your hands on the tip of the fingers, and we're gonna more or less do the same. So we are gonna turn the 10 fingers towards the right and open them towards the right as well. Really lengthen halfway and give me a cat and cow from this position. Nice. Last little push. And then drop it to the center. Now walk your hands towards the left or the right, the opposite that you did before. On your fingertips, inhale, lengthen to kind of a turned halfway lift, and give me a cat-cow. Nice. Amazing. Now come to center, release the head, release your neck. Ooh, nice, you did it. Now really slowly drop your hips all the way down. Walk your hands back, and we go into a forward fold. Now, the idea of this forward fold is not to stretch the hamstrings, but rather try to tense a little bit the nerves on the spine. So we are gonna flex through the toes. We're gonna extend through the ankles, so keep dorsiflexion, however you wanna call it. Now we're gonna inhale and grow tall through the spine, and imagine a very heavy ball inside your forehead, and because the ball is so heavy, it drops your chin down to your chest. Release your arms beside you and really round through the spine. Not fold from your hips, but rather really round, round, round. And you're gonna start to feel some sensation at some point at the back of your neck, perhaps in your spine or the back of your legs. And as soon as you feel the slightest sensation, we stop there and we lift the head up, drop it down, head up, keep all the rest engaged. And down, one more up, and down. Amazing. Inhale, lengthen up, grow tall. Place your hands beside you and walk your hips a little bit forward to go all the way down to rest on the mat. Final little twist. So keep your left leg long, resting on the mat. Bring your right knee towards your chest, and actually take the right hand, if you have space, on a T-shape, if you haven't, like me, on a cactus, and then bring your left hand over your right knee and twist towards the left, the head towards the right. And what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna actually change the legs, but you stay where you are, just so I can show you. So what we're gonna do is, remember what we did at the beginning, that we stroke the breathing muscles. So imagine you were stroking your rib cage from the very first ribs, more or less at the height of your collarbone, and from the sternum out towards the shoulder. Just stroke it, the first few ribs. And then down, a little bit further down. Once more, if you've got breasts, just be mindful, don't crash them. At the height of your breast, what we can do is from the sternum towards the breast, even if it's the smallest, tiniest stroke. And then down under the breast, from the sternum all the way out towards the ribs. Nice. Now place your hand on your right ribs and big inhale. And slowly blow it out. Nice. Bring the knees to the chest. spine in neutral. And then we reverse. We take the right foot down and the left knee towards the chest, and we rotate towards the right. Open the, no, towards the right. Open the left arm out. I am doing it contrary, so it's a bit weird. And once more, we start to stroke from the center of the chest out, the first few ribs, up in the chest, and then a little bit lower. My mic. And then more or less at the height of the breast, but this is gonna be like a very small stroke. And then under the breast, all the way down, out towards the rib. Now place your hand on your ribs and big inhale. And blow it out. Nice. Bring both your knees to your chest. Give it a little rock side to side. Massaging through your low spine. And perhaps place your hands behind your knees and rock forwards and back along the length of your spine. Nice. A little bit more. If this is not comfortable, you can stay rocking side to side. And once you find a bit of momentum, we come to sit on a comfortable seated position. Place one hand on top of each other at the heart center. Close your eyes and perceive the sensation of your spine, the way it feels now. Big inhale to grow tall, tall, tall. Exhale to release. And appreciate, as usual, all the cool stuff that your body can do. No matter how much rotation, how much flexion, just trying and exploring new ways, it's what counts the most. So we finish with a big releasing breath all together, inhaling through the nose and sighing it out. Palms together. Awesome, well done team. I hope you've enjoyed this thoracic mobility flow. If you liked it and you think that anyone might benefit from it, please feel free to share the love, subscribe to my channel for more weekly content, and I will see you on the mat very soon. Bye bye.